Okay, welcome back everybody. After a very long hiatus, although can it really be called a hiatus if it's been over a year? Um, anyway, I'm back and I am ready to start making some more videos. Sorry about the long wait. Life is crazy. Just got done with my first year of college, going back to school after a 10-year break, so things are crazy right now. But yeah, not sure if you noticed or remembered, but I have changed the name of my channel. I am no longer Gathering Dust. I am now Beaver Den Gaming. So happy day for that. But looks like this is about to kick off, so hopefully we won't have to wait too long. We're doing a Shadows over on Innistrad Swiss draft, and we're gonna see how this goes. Just waiting for the final person to join up. Let's see if they join up real quick. If they don't do it here in the next 10-15 seconds or so, I'll just go ahead and pause it and we will go. But oh, here we go. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright, Fortified Village for our rare, Bound by Moon Silver. Let's see what else we got. I think we're going to go with the solid removal here. Not removal, but I like this card. It can lock down a creature, can't attack, block, or transform, but you can also play it early on something small, and you can move it to something that's a little bit more dangerous later on in the game. So we're going to go ahead and take Bound by Moon Silver. Alright. Right off the bat, Kessig Forge Master is great. I've had a lot of good success with that card so far. It's just really hard to deal with because it, most times you see this type of ability where it can ping on attack or block. It's only when the creature itself is attacking and it gets blocked, but this one can do it on block or attacks or blocks, so it's good on defense and attacks. But we also have Angelic Purge. Dead Weight is good. Let's see here. Rabid Bite. Don't need to take that super early though. If you don't have a lot of high power creatures, it doesn't do much. Silver Strike. I think it's between the Kessig Forge Master and the Angelic Purge. I think we're just going to go with the removal though. And let's see here. Kind of wishing I'd. Let's see here though. Okay, Ravenous Bloodseeker is good in the Madness deck. Ulrich's Kindred. I think we might just go with Byway Courier here. It's a very strong card. 3/2 for 3 is pretty good, and then it also gives you a clue whenever it dies. So essentially replaces itself. So we're just going to take the Courier. Fortified Village. Now we opened one in our first pack, so this is the second one. So that might be worth taking. Let's see here. This could end up being a Delirium deck. White-green is good in Delirium. But you know what, we don't really need to prioritize land right now, because mostly this is a 2-drop splash format, or 2-color splash format. But Shard of Broken Glass can be very strong in the Delirium deck. Fork in the Road. Moorland Drifter. I'm not worried about that. We're going to go ahead and take the Shard here. We'll hedge on going Delirium. Throttle for some removal. Convicted Killer. Hope Against Hope's not that great. I don't really like X1s in this format. There's so many spirits and tokens and everything else running around that X1s are not really all that strong. Thornhide Wolves is okay. Epitaph Golem though can be good late game. Keeps you from milling yourself out in the Delirium decks. Keeps you from being milled out by other opponents. So we're going to go ahead and take him right now. Not sure exactly where we're going yet right now. We're still very open as far as our deck is concerned. So we could end up anywhere. Just hopefully we'll end up somewhere good. Okay, well, we have a Dauntless Cathar. It's a 3/2 for 3, but it can also replace itself when it dies and give you a 1/1 flyer. Watcher in the Web is also very strong. It's got reach, it's a 2/5, it can block 8 creatures total. But I think we're going to go with the Cathar here. It's effectively 2 creatures for 1 card. And here, don't really have... I'm going to go ahead and take the Wicker Witch here. If I end up in a Delirium deck, then this satisfies 2 of the conditions, artifact and creature. And we're going to go ahead and take the Thraben Inspector for that clue. And go ahead and go with the combat trick here. Survive the night, +1/+0, indestructible, and then you investigate. And we got a few investigate cards. This one is actually better than I thought it was. It's not a great card, but at the very least it's going to be +1/+1. But if you have multiple clues out, then that can be a sizable jump. And we'll go ahead and take Expose Evil here. This is target card, so this can be myself or my opponent. Get a 1/1 flyer. I'll go ahead and take that. I don't think we'll run 2 of them, but we might if we're aggressive enough. Right now we only have 2 green cards. We got some pretty strong white cards, but we are by no means tied to any specific... We're not tied to green right now, so we could end up going anyway still in the next few packs. Alright. Well, we opened one of my favorite cards in the set so far, which is called the Bloodline. This is a very good card. Even if you don't have Madness, this gives a certain amount of inevitability. Just being able to churn out 1 token a turn. It says you can only use it on once a turn, but you can use it on yours and your opponent's. So as long as you have the mana and the cards in hand, especially if you have anything like the Sanitarium Skeleton, that can kind of be a repeatable effect. Other strong cards, we got another Angelic Purge. We do have Hinterland Logger, but I think overall Call the Bloodline is the best choice here. And we don't really have anything strong in white, but even if Call the Bloodline is just a splash, I mean, the activation is just a single generic mana, so you don't need black for the activation there. So I think we're going to go ahead and take the Graph-Mole here. We already have some investigation cards, and that could end up being more later on. Okay, so I think the strongest cards here... Sleep Paralysis is good. I know I've passed a few already. Just not really a huge fan of blue in this format. It's okay, it's not great, but it's a 3/2, turns into a 4/2 with first strike if we have Delirium. Emissary of the Sleepless gives us a creature if a creature's died, and it's a flyer. I'm going to go ahead and take the Perish Blade here, since it's an uncommon. We might see another few of these going around, so yep. I'm going to take the Perish Blade there. Okay, well, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and take one of these watchers in the web. Um, Again, we're not the only black card we have is Call the Bloodline, and again, that can just be our splash. So don't need a third Expose Evil. Eerie Interlude doesn't really have a place that I've seen anyway. Loam Dryad's okay, but I don't think we need to worry about ramping. So we're going to go ahead and take the Foil Watcher for value. Alright, well now we have Crawling Sensation. This actually works very well in conjunction with Call the Bloodline. You have both of these out, you discard a land card for your 1/1 vampire, and you also get a 1/1 insect. So you get a little bit of extra value there. We also have the Vessel of Nascency, but that's a common. Yes, it's a very strong card, especially if you're trying to go into a Delirium deck, but it is a common, so we have a greater chance of seeing multiples of those. So we are going to go ahead and take Crawling Sensation. And here we are going to take Vessel of Ephemera and get us a couple of spirit tokens. And we will go ahead and take the Reaper of Flight Moon Silver. A little bit extra on the top end. I like how this deck is starting to shape up. And then here we'll go ahead and take the Apothecary Geist. We're going to have a couple of chances to have some spirits going on, so we might get some incidental life gain there, but a 2/3 for 4 is pretty good in this format. Here I'm going to go ahead and take the Groundskeeper. Since I do have Call the Bloodline and Crawling Sensation, there's a strong chance I may be discarding some lands, and so this is a way to get those back and recur that value. And since we are going to go and try and get into the Delirium deck, little mini Tarmogoyf here is very strong in that deck. And then again, for some additional top end, we're going to go and take the Kessig Dire Swine. 6/6 for 6, and if you have Delirium, it has Trample. And yeah, we'll go ahead and take another Groundskeeper. And cut Surgery, cut the Snapper, and cut the land. Alright, let's see what we got. Definitely have to start making some cuts. I mean, we're pack 2, and I don't think we really have any super weak cards. Nothing that's extremely horrible, and we are now rewarded for being in green-white with Sigarda, Heron's Grace. Any humans I control have hexproof, which we don't really have. We have some humans, but not a whole lot, but we might get some more as time goes by. But the fact that she can exile a card from your graveyard, little non-vote with Delirium, but you only need 4 types, so duplicates don't need to be there, and you get a human on the battlefield. So, is there anything else to consider? Actually, no. Overall, this is a fairly weak pack, so we kind of got lucky that our bomb is right there in our colors. So here we have the Vessel of Nascency, but there is also Tenacity, which +1/+1 and lifelink for all your creatures. Veteran Cathar, target human gains double strike. Inspiring Captain, but that could be really good in a token deck we're trying to build. But we do have the Vessel here in order to try and kick off our Delirium. But how many humans do we have? We got the Thraben Inspector, 2 Groundskeepers, Dauntless Cathar, Paranoid Parish Blade, Courier, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yeah, none of them are super powerful. We're going to go with the Vessel here. Alright. Okay, now we have a couple options here. We have Puncturing Light, Inspiring Captain, True Faith Sensor, and Sanitarium Skeleton. Now, Sanitarium Skeleton would be ideal. I do like that because of the Call the Bloodline, but I don't. It's best to be able to do that in one turn. Pay 4 mana, return it to your hand, and then get another token by discarding it. But I don't know how well that would work on a splash, so I think because I am running a pseudo token deck here between my spirits, my humans, and my vampires and insects, we're going to go with Inspiring Captain. See if we can go wide. Alright, now here we have another Call the Bloodline. And we have Call the Bloodline, Angelic Purge, Hinterland Logger, and Intrepid Provisioner, but the question is, do we want Call the Bloodline to get a second one? Or do we want another removal spell? We've got pretty significant number of low drops, so I don't think I'm worried about the Hinterland Logger. I think we just want to go with the removal here. I'll have plenty of tokens that I can sacrifice if I need to, ideally. But yeah, we just want to go with the removal. Alright, we'll take another Thraben Inspector. Okay. Here, and there's another Kessig Forge Master. Somebody may end up with 2 of those. But let's see here. I think we want to go with the Scavenger. Another one of those. Here, got the Combat Trick, +2/+2 and gains reach, or True Faith Sensor, +1/+1 and Vigilance. If it's a human, it gets +1/+0 additional. Or we have Unruly Mob. Unruly Mob could be interesting in this deck. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Starts off as a 1/1 for 2, but depending on how things go, he can grow pretty high. We're going to go ahead and take him. Here we'll take another Vessel of Ephemera. And we will go ahead and take Forgotten Sanctuary for our splash. Take another Inspiring Captain. Now here, since he wheeled, I think we're going to go ahead and take him. Again, he can be recurring for Call the Bloodline. And if I'm running, that plus 2 or 3 additional swamps, I may end up running 18 land in this one, just to see if I can. Alright, we'll go ahead and take the Provisioner here. Start making some cuts. Go ahead and take that. I don't think we need Confront the Unknown. Let's see here. Don't think we need 2 Groundskeepers. Cut the Expose Evil. Not Forgotten we'll cut. Let's see here. Survive the Night we'll cut. I don't think we need the Epitaph Golem here. Alright, let's see here. We have 30, 29, not counting the land. Alright, we're going to do 17 lands, or do we want to do 18 here? Alright, we got creatures, artifact, sorcery, enchantment, artifact. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 types. So we should be able to turn on. The only thing we don't have is an instant, of course, in Planeswalker, but we should be able to turn on between all our enchantments, artifacts. Hopefully we can get Delirium going. If not, it won't be a deal breaker. But let's see here. I do have some cuts to make. Crawling Sensation. Put in your graveyard from anywhere, so Shard of Broken Glass could trigger Crawling Sensation. We have 20 creatures though. We don't need 20 creatures. We're going to go ahead and cut the Perish Blade. Just because I don't know how regularly we'll be able to have Delirium, and I believe that's the worst Delirium card we have. These guys are 0/4s, but they can turn into 3/4s for 2 if we have Delirium. Which 0/4 can block all day, and a 3/4 is difficult to deal with. But he is a 3/2 without Delirium, which can be blocked by almost anything in the format and traded with. And he's only a real strong attacker if I have Delirium at a 4/2 with first strike. The other Delirium cards we have, it's a 3/3 that can turn into a 2/1 if I sacrifice, which I should have plenty of tokens by that point, and he gets trample if I have Delirium. So I think we're going to cut the Perish Blade. I think we're going to go ahead and cut the Unruly Mob. Maybe. We're going to cut the Provisioner. This is difficult. That's a 2/4 for 3. That's good by itself. So I don't want to cut him just because I don't have much in the way of investigate. I think we're going to cut the Watcher. I can bring it in if I need it. Alright, so I still need to cut. I think I am just going to go with 17 lands. We're at 26. I need to cut 3 more cards. I really don't know what else to cut here. We're going to go ahead and cut the Shard. I can bring that in if I need to. Still need to cut 2 more cards here. Alright, we'll cut the Mob. And we'll cut the bound by moon silver, not moon sliver. It's either the bound by moon silver or the crawling sensation. I guess realistically it should be the crawling sensation. Because if I don't get my discard outlet, that does stone nothing. This is my only discard outlet. That can put lands in the graveyard, and that can put lands in the graveyard. If I'm not running the shard, I should not run this, and I should keep my third removal spell. So that's what we're going to do. Cut the crawling sensation, we're at 23. And we will put our lands in. Color. Don't need that. We'll do that. Alright. Gives us 9, 3, and 6. Or if I do 8, 3, and 7. We'll keep that at 8. 9, 3, and 6. Right. Yeah, we'll try that out. Alright, there we go. Oh, and here we are. We will go ahead and cut this right here, and we will see you in the next round. Thank you for stopping by.